Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Freedom Podcast. I have a really special guest today. My friend Karina is joining us, who is a Tantra coach and among many other things. And we're going to get into a really juicy conversation today about love, intimacy, Tantra. And she's going to walk us through like a beginner version of exactly what she does. So, Karina, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Adrian, for having me and creating this beautiful space for me to share what I teach, what Tantra is, and how to awaken the juiciness in us, right?
Yeah, baby, I love it. And I'm ready. I just saged my space and put some peppermint, so I'm like fe
Amazing. I love
feeling
it.
feeling the vibe. Okay. So, can you tell people, our listeners, like what it is you do and kind of walk them through basically just exactly how you did for me? I just had a session recently with my fiance for our first time, a baby tantra session, if you will, and it was amazing. So, can you walk us through what that looks like and what you do?
Sure. So to me, Tantra Tantra is my toolbox for self awakening, for awakening that sleeping life force in us through
Mm.
different modalities, through breath work, somatic work, through meditation. And when that life force is awakened, we become so magnetic. We embody that. Things start to come to our life so easily, like manifestation happen like that. We think about something, bam, life sends us that. And through very unexpected ways. Sometimes we don't even think that it can happen like that, but bam, it does. So I teach how to awaken that force. And also I teach Tantra for couples, which I love. That's I don't know, my heart and soul in that, to see two people who are already in a relationship, who know each other, but may want to go a little deeper, start seeing each other differently, start feeling each other just a little deeper, just a little more. And there's just so much more to that.
And for the people who have zero experience with Tantra, like for example, like my fiance, so he is just your like typical average dude. He is such a guy, and Tantra is not something that he would ever consider. He's like conservative Catholic guy, and never in his wildest dreams, I'm sure, did he think he would end up doing a Tantra session. And I think people have a misconception about what Tantra is. And so, I have a background in holistic healing and Reiki and different cranial sacral healing modalities. So the energy life force, like the Kundalini life force, makes sense to me. But I gave him so much credit for being willing to go on that journey with us and, open himself up. And I think it can be scary for some people if they don't know what it is. So, in our session, which we did with you a couple weeks ago, it's very gentle. It's really more about intimacy and just like connecting. And I felt like just grounding. And it felt like it was just more about stripping away the world and getting really quiet and actually only seeing, my mate and appreciating him for his masculine energy and really allowing him to see my feminine energy. And like, it was so beautiful. It was gentle. It's not like sex. Like people think it's just, oh, Tantra, are we going to have sex for 6 hours? Like you can, I'm sure. But like for us, it was just, more about seeing and feeling. And because like life is so busy, we're crazy busy all the time. We're like, choo choo, hi, bye, smooch, love you. Okay, great seeing you for 5 minutes, going back to work. And so your session really allowed us to like
To
focus.
ground and to connect. That was the goal. But I
Yeah.
also want to add that I was so touched by how Nick was, how he jumped into like breath work, how he actually embodied that. Like he was releasing and his willingness to go deep. That's a very rare quality. Like I work a lot with couples, and usually men are like, I don't know what this is. Like, they're kind of afraid, like you said. And women are usually more, let me do this. Let me do the breath work. But I was so touched how he put away any maybe thoughts that he might have about Tantra, what that is, and he just jumped into that. And like he wanted to go deep to connect with you. That was like so powerful, like really masculine energy.
He's gorgeous. I'm very lucky. He's becoming more balanced in his masculine, divine feminine energy, which we all have that duality, right? For a long time I was so out of balance. I was very much in my masculine energy, and you see that with like, I'm a boss bitch, I'm a CEO, I'm a push
I'm gonna go
and
get this, get that,
dag.
and I'm gonna achieve success, work. But then where is the feminine in that?
Right. And I
We
was
have to
so
learn
like,
to balance.
yeah, and I realized that my whole life, and this is probably common for a lot of women, I was in fight or flight mode and in survival mode, and I wasn't in thrive mode, because feminine energy, we attract. Masculine has to go get, they procure. And so I've been stripping away and really becoming grounded in my feminine energy because of Nick, because he's so masculine and provider and protector. It allows me to soften and explore being divine feminine woman, and not being like, I think I was scary before. Yeah, just to get tough, like drinking whiskey and going working all the time. Like, that's not who I was created to be. And I'm so glad that I have this space now to be there. And it's divine that I met you at this time in my life, because you are like the embodiment of divine feminine energy. It's so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. And I'm glad that now you have this understanding how you're still a feminine and how you can be in that masculine energy. And when you're feminine, you're still in feminine. So it's just a different qualities of the water. Sometimes we can be super rough. We can move the mountains. And sometimes we can be super still. And that's also feminine. And learning to balance, that's where a lot of energy work comes in. Tantra, meditation, yoga, different modalities of that. But balancing it, that's the
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah, and feeling what that feels like, experiencing the sensations of like, wow, this is so different, that level of like higher consciousness that you tap into. It's like, it's free too. It feels like free drugs. That's what it feels like to me. Like,
Exactly.
whoa.
I that's how I always feel. I feel high on life without taking anything. And people are like, what are you taking? I'm like, I'm not taking anything. I am free of anything. But I feel so
I
alive,
know.
so orgasmic, I don't know, magnetic.
Mm.
And it's
Yes.
available to anyone. I am not any special than anybody else. It's just I am willing to do the work. That's it.
Well, I really wanted to share with other people, because I think the work you do, people need this. I feel like they're hungry for it and they're lost. And, we're so starved for affection, and we have all this like fake connection, social media and stuff, but we have zero authentic connection and intimacy in our lives. And like, men are lonelier than ever, women are isolated and lonely, and they don't know how to come together anymore. And I feel like the world needs you. Couples need you, but also people who are single, they need the knowledge of how to get into that energy to attract one another, because that's what we really ultimately want. Like, humans want to pair off and mate. Like,
And we are meant to be human, has to have a human. We are meant to be that way. Otherwise, there is isolation, depression. So, willingness to go into this work, open up yourself, right? Start feeling, because that's the key to anything. Feeling. What am I feeling? Then attracting that partner and learning to connect. But learning to connect, first of all, energetically through Tantra, right? Not
mm-hmm,
physically. Because how in our society, how we connect? We meet, we go on dates, and we jump into sex.
mm-hmm.
But what is sex? Sex is sacred. Sex is the connection of love. You cannot have love after 2, 3 days. You don't even know that partner. So it takes time. It takes poses. Like you meet, you take a pose. Then you meet again. You learn more about your partner. Then you're doing this connecting practices. You take in tantra. And then slowly and surely you start connecting deeply, deeply, energetically. Then sex happens. And then sex is a sacred act. And through tantric sex, you can manifest so much. It works as a, I don't know, like a, let's say, an atomic generator, because two conscious people, they come as one, and energy
Mm.
starting becoming as a vertex. Brrr.
Yeah. Well, I think it was Linda Goodman in her book Star Signs, one of my favorite. All of her books are amazing, but she talks about that, like how our energetic field, like when we come together in the vibration of love, which is the highest frequency in the universe, when two people do that, you can use that energy to manifest. You could literally have an orgasm and be like, I have a mansion on the beach, like whatever, and
Exactly.
manifest it. And then also people who are going to procreate, if you're having babies, they say that's what creates love babies, because your frequency is so high, it attracts the highest evolved souls into that birth portal. And so when people come together, you think about a one night stand, they don't even like each other, like the murky, nasty energy of that, versus when two people are in love, it's like a rocket ship of just
Exactly.
beautiful
Two
force
conscious,
energy.
exactly. Two conscious beings, they come together as one. And imagine how powerful that can be. Like the whole aura becomes love, becomes
Right.
anything you wish, actually. And in Tantra, like orgasms in a tantric way, right? It even happens without penetration. Did you know that?
Explain, if you can, dive into a little
Sure.
bit about orgasms, like just an orgasm standard versus, like, even watching porn or masturbating or something versus tantric orgasm. How would you describe that to somebody
So
who has,
regular, yes, regular orgasm, what it is, you just stimulation of your um, sexual organs. It's physical. In Tantra, how it works, two people stand in front of each other, they look each other's in the eyes, they connect soul to soul. They start breathing through the open mouth. That's the key to being in contact with yourself, being in your body. And awareness,
mm,
you connect. You start circulating that energy. And without penetration, orgasms are the side effect of this connection. And tantric orgasms, they're full body orgasms. You feel like your whole body is awakening. It's a huge, I don't even know, like a waterfall going through the whole body. You're shaking, you're vocal, like you let go and you surrender to that. And it's just the most amazing, the most magical experience of all. Also for me, I remember my first ever experience of tantric orgasm was this tantric man that I was dating. And I remember through his eyes, I connected to the divine. And my eyes start to cry. Like tears were coming down, and I couldn't understand what was happening to me. I would never experience such deep level of connection before. And let me tell you, I've been married 12 years prior to that. I kind of like knew what was happening, what
yeah,
intimacy was, but
yeah.
no, I didn't know it. That was my first tantric orgasm.
I feel like so sad for people who haven't experienced that yet, because if you're using sex just to have an orgasm, like, you are missing out. You are just scratching the surface of what's possible. It's like a fraction of, like a taste. It's like a lick of the ice cream
And it
cone
can be
versus like the
so,
whole
so much
sundae. Yeah.
more.
And you really do see God or consciousness, however you want to call it, is supposed to be present in that experience. And, sex is supposed to be a bridge to realms of higher consciousness and like a access portal. And we've forgotten that esoteric wisdom. We've forgotten that ancient knowledge, and it's become so just cheap and dirty. Like, just like, not judging anybody. We all have our own stuff we deal with, but like porn, there's a reason that it's free. If something's free, you're the product. It
You're
drains your
paying for that.
energy. You pay
Exactly.
with your soul. There's something, and we could get into that's a whole nother rabbit hole, but Tantra is, I would say, healing. I think what's toxic about our sex in our society. And it's my wish that everybody could have a session with you, like single or coupled. I hope everybody connects with Karina and goes to her, or even has some sort of virtual session. I don't know if you do virtual sessions. Do you?
Yes, yes, we
Yeah,
can
okay.
do that too.
Cool. But yeah, because people need this so bad. We're so like
We are so
lost.
starved for love, for
Yes.
healing, for connection. There's so much misery out there, so much isolation, depression. But this is available to everyone,
Yes.
to everyone. And like you said, to me, Tantra, it's like going to a very expensive restaurant, like five-star restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
How they serve you, how delicious the food is, the
Mm.
wine you drink, the service. It's like the whole experience. And then let's say you go to McDonald's.
McDonald's. Yep.
Exactly. That's the level. Like that's Tantra and that's the regular stuff. So once you experience that, you always want to go back. And that cheap
Mm.
stuff will not work anymore. You will
Yeah.
crave that feeling. It's just how it works.
I 100% agree with you there. And that's a great analogy. Like, it's soul food versus junk food. It's restorative. It fills you up rather than depleting you. I feel like, porn drains, and the, tantric experience fills you, and it carries over
High?
too. It spills over into your life for like
Exactly.
days.
You live high on your own oxytocin, the
Your own
hormone of love,
supply.
of all exactly your own supply. You don't need
Yeah.
anything to be
No.
inserted into your system. Also, I am not sure if you're aware of tantra massage. So there is a yoni massage and a lingam massage, right? And it was it was created as a healing tool.
Mm-hmm.
There is no penetration. There is just healing. You work with that area of the body and you awaken it. You channel that energy. You activate those hormones of love, abundance, pleasure. Just truly amazing feeling.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there's also something I wanted to talk about, and we've discussed this before. I want people to be aware. I don't want vulnerable people being exposed to predators, because there are toxic people in this field who claim, like, I will heal you, pay me this much money, and basically I will, finger you, and you pay me a couple grand and I'm going to heal you. I want to caution, especially women, who have had like sexual trauma or sexual abuse, and, they're vulnerable in the beginning of your healing journey. I don't know if you were like me when I was in my 20s. I was like, oh, I don't know anything. I'm just like lost in the world looking for anything that's going to help me overcome this trauma. And you can easily fall into the wrong hands of people who will prey on you. So I just want to caution everybody to like do your research, make sure you vet somebody, make sure it's someone that you trust, someone who maybe you source or you go through someone you know. Just do your research before you pick someone you
Exactly.
trust. Just be cautious.
Do your research, ask questions, ask about the process, what does it includes, because it is not about penetration. The true Tantra massage does not penetrate. It heals from outside. But
Yes,
there are so many predators out there, especially in in Miami area. Just be aware.
be
Trust your
careful.
intuition. Yes, yes. Trust your intuition.
And I mean, for me personally, I would never go to a man for this. Like, it's the same reason, like, I would never go to a male gynecologist. Like, it's just weird to me. You can do whatever you want, but, I had you in my home with myself and my fiance, And just for beginner tantra, there's no I'm gonna ask you to walk us through a session just so people know, but like it's completely clothes on. It was more like a breathwork meditation, but just guided with somebody, and we felt so safe and so comfortable. And Nick and I love your energy, and it was very beautiful, just natural, effortless, and that's how it should feel. And actually, Karina, can you just walk us through what like that session was, just so people get an idea? Because it can be overwhelming. I think they're like, "Oh my God!" Like Nick at first, he's like, "I am not getting naked with some dude." I'm like, "No, we're not doing. Nobody's getting naked. Shut up."
No, no, no. And really, to tell you the truth, in my sessions, I don't have people naked because that's actually a like deeper level of
Yeah,
tantra.
yeah.
That's more of psychological work that is going there. Usually, it's for people who have a lot of shame, guilt, and you gotta be super careful what you're doing out there because our psyche is very, very gentle. So I don't do those things. No. For us, in our beautiful session, we began with connecting with ourselves. Because first of all, you have to feel who you are. Connect to your body, ground yourself. Then you guys sit in front of each other. You connected through the eyes with your partner, through the breath, through the movement of energy, circulation of energy. You connected through that. And one of the practices that I gave you that I really liked, where you guys stood a couple meters away from each other and you were walking towards each other and saying stuff that holding you back from truly connect and see each other daily, right? So, for example, it can be something, maybe sometimes you don't hear me, and then the other person says, I feel jealous. So one step closer, and that creates vulnerability. You start opening your inner world to your partner. And in everyday life, we don't do that. We're like, okay, I gotta go to work, I have to make dinner, I have to pick up the kids, this and that. And we forget how it is to be vulnerable in front of him, how it is not to run away from all of that, because it can get very scary to be open in front of your partner. Even if you've been together for many years, it does get scary. Sometimes
Yeah.
we go into control in order
Mm,
to escape that vulnerability. I
yeah.
personally know that.
Well, most people are just terrible communicators. Like we're so defensive, and we live in with so much fear that we try to control everything. People manipulate, they play emotional mind games. They don't want to, oh, I'm not going to text back. Oh, I'm going to give him the silent treatment. He didn't mentally pick up on something that I wanted, so I'm going to pretend like I don't see him. And like there's just so many games that people play in order to get love, but none of it gets you love. It's the opposite, you know? And so,
Exactly.
yeah, you had to strip those down and break down.
And talk from the heart. We
Yeah.
connect and we talk from the heart. Sometimes I feel I need a little more attention from you. Sometimes I would like you to hug me. That would make me feel complete. So basically, talk openly without being aggressive, without say, you do this, you don't do this, you always do that. Like, we don't categorize, right? We say, I would feel certain way if you could show me a little more affection. I could feel this and that if we do this.
Mm.
Saying from I statement how I would feel. And then the defense from the other person slowly starts to come down. And he would
Mm.
start seeing you really and connect you and feel you. Ah, she's expressing herself. She's not being aggressive. She's not trying to manipulate me. She's not trying to get something from me. She's just being who she is.
Well, I've learned so much. I'm always a student of life. I think we all are. And
You all
hopefully,
are.
hopefully we're always learning. But obviously, this is why I'm marrying this man, because he's amazing balance for me. But I've learned in this relationship with him, like I appeal to his masculine energy through my feminine energy. Instead of just coming in like a, bull in a china shop, I think a lot of women make this mistake of being like aggressive with their men. And you cannot meet a masculine man with masculine energy or you're going to bump heads. Like, but when I come to him through the divine feminine, like, love of my life, I love when you do this. Would you mind? And he's like, of course. But if I came at him like, wah, wah, he's going to be pissed off and not want to take care of me.
Exactly. He would go into defense and start
Yeah.
attacking you.
Yeah.
But if you go through your feminine, soft,
Soft
embodied,
and loving.
loving,
Yeah.
he will bring the world to your feet.
And he does. I know it's because I've been able to soften into my feminine energy. My guy comes from, like I said, like strong, like conservative, masculine, Catholic energy. And in the Catholic Church, they really put a lot of guilt on sex. Like it's, you're a sinner if you have sex out of
Yeah, yeah,
wedlock,
yeah.
essentially. So there's a lot of stuff there. And he's cleared a lot of that. It's not like too much affecting his psyche, but in the beginning, it definitely, it was something he struggled with. And so the intimacy was like a slow burn for us, and it really has evolved so much. But one thing I started doing was when I felt like there wasn't as much intimacy as I wanted, like connection, even though it wasn't true at the time, I started saying it was. Like I started like affirming, I'm like, I have the most like intimate partner. He's always so affectionate with me. And he became that. Like he stepped into that without me doing anything other than saying, I have the most affectionate man on the planet. And now I do.
And you created that.
Yes. Just by saying it, just by affirming it every day, even though it wasn't true at the time. And now he's taking Tantra sessions with me. So,
But that's how it works. You
yeah.
put the idea here, you start manifesting, and voila, he's taking the Tantra
Yeah.
session with you.
Yeah. I mean, the other night, like, I'm not bragging, ladies, but I just want to tell you what's possible because I've had tons of like crappy relationships in the past and all kinds. I've had good ones too, but I just want to show other women what's possible when you work your beautiful energy and you come in love and truth. Like I came home from work the other night and our life isn't always a fairy tale. We're busy. We're both on different boards and committees and jobs and everything. And I came home from work and he had flowers set up for me, my massage table. He gave me a massage. He had a card and it was just because it was Thursday, like my queen. I never thought when I first met this man that that's what our relationship would evolve into. But like when you are willing to grow with your partner and he's willing to do the work too, anything's possible really when you come in truth and vulnerability and the intention of growing together.
And that is so beautiful. That's a real, really true intimacy because it takes time to grow. When we meet, for example, when we meet somebody and we feel those butterflies, oh, I cannot breathe without him. No,
Mm-hmm.
stay away from that. That's actually your hormonal system saying, this is trauma, seeing your trauma, and they see each other and they want to talk. They're there for healing. No, stay away from that. What you are experiencing is a different type of intimacy. It's the intimacy that burns slow, but it is there for a lifetime.
I love that you said that too about the butterflies. That is so true. People say that it's butterflies, but I think it's anxiety. Like that, like I did not
It's
have,
the cortisol, other
yeah.
hormone, the cocktail or hormones kicking into the blood. And you think, this is my fate. This is my man. No, girl, run
Mm-mm.
away. You're
It
gonna
ain't him,
suffer.
baby. It ain't him. Well, and I think women
No.
we confuse that too. I mean, to be honest and fair, there's no freaking rule book for this stuff, and it is very confusing. I'm like, women are like, okay, the stars are in this house, so that means he's gonna do. No, it is crazy. It's so confusing, and we're just not taught well. Nobody teaches us anything. We don't know, so we don't know what to look for. And when I met Nick, like, it was very much a slow burn, like to the point where I thought in the beginning, I'm like, I'm not going to marry this guy. No way. He told me he was going to marry me the first night we met. And I was like, psycho.
You felt it.
Good, good, got it. But in the beginning, I was like, yeah, no, that ain't him, you know. But it was just slow and consistent and steady and safe. And I had never felt
Safe.
that before. I didn't
You see the
know
word you said, safe.
safety. And we confuse like you said the butterflies for like, oh, this must be exciting, it must be love. But it's the opposite. The person who
It's
you're
the
meant to be
opposite.
with, he will make you feel calm and
And
soothed.
safe.
Yes,
Yes.
I feel protected. And that is a man's role. He is supposed to protect us. We are supposed to blossom and pick wildflowers in fields and stuff. We are just supposed to be
We're
beautiful maidens, like in the sunshine, frolicking.
exactly. We're the fragile flowers in a beautiful garden, and he's the gardener that
Yeah.
waters us, that protects us, that puts that fertilizers into the soil,
Mm.
soil.
Both, both. Yeah.
That's how I feel it.
Yeah, it's beautiful and I want women to know that that's possible and men too. You know, men are probably more confused than women are because
Confused. Exactly.
I feel so bad for men today, like with all the dating apps and the craziness out there, like they don't know what's going on and there's just a lot of
They're
confusion.
so confused. I wish there were more education on this. I wish there were more groups where men can come together, work on their masculine energy, how to contain it, how to channel it right, not to, but actually to contain that energy. And you can conquer the world with that if you know how to
Yeah,
actually channel it right. We
definitely.
are all so powerful. We just need to learn the tools. And there
To
are,
access.
exactly, and there are out there those tools.
Yeah, you're so right. I mean, men, you know, women, we have like sisterhood. We have, like, I met you, and the first 5 minutes I met you, we were talking about like past life trauma and stuff. I mean, like, sisters can just connect like that. We're like,
Yes,
hi, I love you. You're so beautiful. Do you want to be friends? Yes. And like, guys, you know, it's different for them. They don't,
it is.
they don't just go up to other dudes and they're like, oh my God, I like your shirt. Do you want to be friends? Like, it's,
Yeah.
it would be weird. But yeah, and that's what I love about your work is you're like guiding people back to themselves so they can go out and be themselves, their best version in the world.
And shine that light to the world, to be their best version, to be that authentic self that they're meant to be. Because we're so used to living with masks. I'm a mom, I'm a businesswoman, I'm this lawyer, I don't know, hairdresser. But who are you behind all of that? Because you're not the roles that you play.
Mm,
Not. You're a beautiful soul that came here for experiences. And through Tantra, we take out those masks in a safe way.
right.
And
Yes.
you start to feel yourself. You start to feel, what do I really like? Do I really like my job? Or maybe I'm meant to do something else in this life. You start to, you start to be super connected to yourself, to your heart, to your soul. And then life slowly changes.
It does, and it's gentle too. You know, it's not a fearful thing. It's not like you go into a session and all of a sudden Karina's going to have you like quitting your job and, you know, I
No.
don't know.
It's a
Um,
process. It's a
yeah.
process, and it all depends how ready you are, how ready you are for that inner transformation to happen. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, like everything else in life. Takes time.
Yeah.
Uh, Through intimacy, it doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen on a second, third, fourth date. It takes time.
Mm. Yeah, and you know, we're always looking for external validation,
Validation.
solutions. Everything's outside, and instead it should be always this. And we're
It's
so lost with that connection
you're
of
so
ourself. People, I see people are so hungry for it, and the power has been within you the whole time. And that's what I love about your work is it teaches you how to tap back in. Look, we are all healers. We're all psychic. We all have abilities. We all have innate intuition. We already know the way, But instead, we're like, oh my God, what are the answers? Where do I go? Do I have to go to Tibet? I mean, I did. I was like, oh, maybe I have to go to Thailand and study here. And I was like, no. What I realized doing all this crazy stuff was that I already knew. And instead, I was running around, my 20s, like looking for answers. And they are right here. All of
They
us.
are at
They're right here.
all our hearts. They're there. And through different modalities of spirituality, energy work, we're tapping into that. That's what Tantra does,
Yeah, and
really.
it's nothing scary. It's just really connecting to your own heart and the energy that you already have, love that's already within you from God, I believe.
Yes, yes. We
And
all love creatures. We are made out of love.
and I feel like the more you connect with that too, the more magnetic, like other people are so drawn to you and job opportunities, the money that comes my way now is wild. I remember, when I was young, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? How do I make money? It just seemed like it was other people were manifesting, but it wasn't working for me. And it's almost like it just happened without me even realizing it. But it's like once you're in alignment, the jobs pour in, the friendships pour in, the love, the support comes in. It just, you don't have to do anything or
Do
be,
anything.
you have to just
Exactly.
exist and like turn it on. And all of a sudden, it's like everything's in alignment and it feels like the song, I'm walking on sunshine. Oh, that's what it feels.
Exactly.
Every day it feels like that. And you're just like, And, and you want to explain, I want to go back in time to my younger self and be like, girl, none of this stuff you're doing, you don't need to do any of that. You just need to be more and connect with that.
More connected to yourself, more in alignment with who am I. And it works magic. But also gratitude when you start receiving those things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mm,
Being grateful all, for all you have, for all these amazing opportunities, amazing people in our lives. Thank you, thank you,
yes.
thank you, sincerely. And more will start to come in. You will notice, you will see. It's just how this works.
It is so true. So, what should people do for their very first time? Like, do they need to prepare anything if they just come to you? Do they have to do any work before they come, like a beginner session?
I would
What do you
say
tell
just have
people?
an open mind, an open heart, and
Okay.
that's it. And
Okay.
trust the process. Trust this divine, beautiful process where it will take you.
And there's no rules, like anybody needs
There's
to
no rules.
know. Okay. Good. I
It
hate
is
rules.
safe. There's no rules. It is just you, your breath, your attention, your awareness, and maybe your partner too.
So now if people are single, can they still like on their own have an intense, powerful orgasm after a tantra session?
For sure, because you don't need to have a partner to experience an orgasm. I
Of
know it sounds
course.
crazy.
No, I'm just asking for the single people who are listening to
Yes,
this.
yes,
Like,
for
so if
sure.
they're like, okay, great. Well, I don't have a partner, so
For
it still works the
sure.
same. Yeah.
It still works the same because all of those tools are within you, and I teach you how to tap into that. And beautiful full body orgasm will where every cell of your body vibrates. It is available to everyone.
And I believe that this would also help people who are single be more selective when they choose mates going forward. They're going to be more conscious once they have this energetic presence, tapped into.
For sure. Because there are many fish out there, but you
Mm,
have to feel, you have to ask questions, you have to see who this person really is before even jumping into sexual contact with him.
right. Well,
Like a
and
friend of mine one time told me, Karina, think if you can imagine this person building a life with him, having a kids with him, and only then you might have physical interaction with him. So be very selective. Your body is your temple, and
mm,
sex, sex is sacred. Don't give your sexual energy out there for free. Be selective.
Exactly. Yeah, your top shelf goods. Like, put yourself on the top shelf, baby. Like, don't
You
be the
are the
bargain
prize.
basement. You're not Walmart goods, okay? Like, we are
You
luxury. We're
exactly.
we're Bentleys. We're up here. Like, you don't have to, you're not a Ford Pinto. Like, be a Bentley. Um,
Exactly. Be that. You are the prize. Let them fight for you. This is biology. This is how we're made. We are women. We're out there. And the lions, they're having their wars over us. So let that happen.
exactly. It blows
Natural
my mind.
selection. Natural
Correct.
selection.
Not everybody deserves you. Men and women. I think men too have this stigma where like poor, bad culture, bad programming, terrible programming that men, their worth is how many females they can rack up, like their body
Oh,
count. And like,
oh, I hate that.
ugh, it's so disgusting. And like men don't realize either how damaging it is to them. Like they've, I know so many men who have healed from all the trauma of just sleeping with, hundreds of women. And they realize afterward, they're like, I feel emotionally unstable. Like a lot of them have to take antidepressants or, they have anxiety because now your energetic field is so contaminated with 200 women's and like most women are insane who sleep with you on the first night. Like that, there's usually like a lot of toxic trauma there. And, a
A
lot
lot
of
of
damage.
abuse, substances that goes into that.
Oh my goodness.
Oof.
Yeah. And it's so much toxic energetic sludge. You're now carrying that in your field, and it's no wonder that so many people feel with the supposed sexual revolution, where it just sleep with anyone and at any time. It's so damaging, and these people are carrying around so much energetic debris from other people. Now it's like, well, I feel depressed and anxious, so now I have to take pills. I have ADHD. I'm bipolar. Like, no, bitch, you just need to chill. You're doing way too much. Take an
Exact
Epsom salt
and
bath.
cleansing. We need
Get
a
some
lot of
sage.
cleansing.
I saged right before I got on here. Like, keep it
Yeah,
clean. Keep it
cleansing.
clean.
Usually those men that do the body count, that's the way they go. They're usually running away from each other, from themselves. They're
Yeah.
not ready to face who they are. They're not.
Mm. And like the answer will not be there. They think that they're doing something with this energy, but it's holding you down. It's terrible for you, and it will make you feel like you are crazy after a period of
Sure.
time. Um,
Because you can get energetical entities on you, and then they just suck in your energy. They polluting you, contaminating. For what? Go
yeah.
to therapy, get help, do tantra, do meditation, do yoga, start connecting, start cleansing yourself,
Mm.
taking those masks. You're not this and that. You're a divine being. So start being that divine being.
Yes, it's the answer to everything. I mean, everything that they're looking for is really already within. It's just we're so disconnected from that. I would love to see couples, people finding each other in their truth. I would love to see men and women easily coming together the way that they're meant to. And it's gorgeous. You're going to have an earth shattering orgasm. If that's what you were after this whole time, whew, baby, you've been just doing a lot of extra work for no reason. You don't need to do that. And like the orgasms from Tantra, I mean, it's like, it literally is like free drugs. It feels like ecstasy and more so because it fills you up instead of taking from
Every
you.
single day, you are on that. You're high on life from your own self.
And it's
What can be
it's
better?
yes, and it's actually good for you. So, yeah, I'm huge fan. I'm grateful that I met you, and I'm grateful that you are out there helping people rediscover their own healing power. And how can people find you? How do they connect with you? Uh, Website
So
or
they can connect through Instagram, the Heart of Tantra. That's my little page out there. or through my website, which is lumatri.com. And I have different courses which they can take and learn on their own. They don't need me to be there in the space with them. There is a full body orgasm, which is, I can say, like a basic course to Tantra. And you learn the techniques to experience that magic yourself. Then there is Tantra. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask a question. So you have courses that they're just like automatic. You can just play. I didn't even know that.
Exactly. You
I'm
can
going to
play
take
at home
those.
at you can play at home at your own time and space. You don't need me to be there, but I'm teaching you the tools how to
Mm.
get from point A to point B to be in that orgasmic life force activated self.
What a safe way to learn about that too, because a lot of people might feel self-conscious, you know? So this takes that away. They can just learn on their own pace.
Exactly. The first course is only 3 days,
Mm.
basically 30 minutes a day at your own time. So then there's another one, which is the Tantra for couples. A
Mm.
deep, deep immersion into each other. Such a beautiful space that you can create with your loved one. And
Amazing.
Tantra massage. There is a package for Tantra massage basic, where you don't know what it is, you want to learn. And there's more advanced one with the activation of Kundalini. I teach those techniques there as well. So basically, there's everything for your own level of needs and where you are in life.
I love it. So anyone can join no matter where they are on their journey.
Exactly. To see, do I even like it? Does it resonate? Does this coach, does this mentor work for me?
Very cool. I'm super excited to continue on my journey too. It's been something that's
Yay.
yeah, it's so beautiful and so restorative, and yeah, it's my wish that all couples can experience this level of joy, and even single people too, to have that level of intimacy, energetic connection with the world around them.
World around them, yes. Because we are all one, we're all connected.
You move different. You walk differently in life when you have that. And you can see it in other people. They're like, how do I get that? I want what he has. I want what she has. So this is good for everybody.
For
Well,
everybody.
thank you so much, my love. You are amazing, and I love being in your energy. It was so wonderful having you in my home and now having you on as a guest here. And you're so just a beautiful person inside and out. And I hope people get to experience what you have to teach.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you so much for your trust, for your open and receptive heart, and to Nick as well. And it was my pleasure to be your mentor, to take you on that journey. And I'm looking forward to more times together and being there for you guys and just being in your beautiful feminine energy around you. A lot of love.
Yes. All right, my love. You have a beautiful day. We'll chat soon.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.